The ability to see. Part 1. 7 laws of a decision. Life is full of decisions. Decisions like, should I go to work today or not go to work? Should I spend some time with my kids right now or not? Or even, should I sit in this chair or not? Sometimes we make bad decisions. They might seem like good decisions at first, but turn out to be really bad decisions. I'm going to tell you about the 7 laws of a decision. These laws apply to every choice you make, and understanding these laws will help you recognize and make better decisions. Let's begin. The first law states that every decision comes with 2 parts, the action and the consequence. This is something we learn quickly at an early age. Second law, the consequence follows the action. First the action, then the consequence. Some actions and consequences take a long time. For example, college education. The action requires 4 years, or 10 if you're like me, and the consequences will play out for the rest of your life. Law number 3, the action is controllable, but the consequence is not. Control, 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 no control.
Oh, God!
So far, this has been pretty obvious, right? Now let's talk about the more subtle laws of decisions. Law number 4, the action and the consequence are opposite. In the famous marshmallow experiment, children were given a marshmallow and told that if they wait to eat it for 15 minutes, they will get another marshmallow. Some children ate the marshmallow immediately. Some waited for 15 minutes and got a second marshmallow. If the child chose the action of waiting, the consequence was an additional marshmallow. The action was something hard, the consequence was something good. However, in the alternate choice, the action was eating the marshmallow immediately. The consequence was no more marshmallows. The action was something good, and the consequence was something bad. It's the opposite. In other words, every decision has a cost and a reward. It just depends on the order. Reward now, cost later, or cost now, reward later. And these even have a name. Reward first is called instant gratification, and cost first is called delayed gratification. What is interesting about the experiment is that the children who refrained from eating and were rewarded a second marshmallow were generally more successful in life than those who couldn't wait the 15 minutes. So what is the connection between the ability to wait and success? Well, that's the kicker, and the next law. Law number 5, the consequence outweighs the action. Back to the marshmallow experiment. If the child chose the action of waiting, the consequence was a second marshmallow. But if the child ate the marshmallow, then the consequence was no more marshmallows. But does that really mean that the consequence is always bigger than the original action? This is something that is really hard to measure. Sometimes it's easy to see small actions causing big consequences, like here. But if someone helps an old lady cross the road, do they receive a reward greater than the cost? This is nearly impossible to determine. But there is one place where it is proven time and time again, the promotional offer.
Never miss out on an important call again. Now you can have your very own cellular phone absolutely free.
We give you your FICO score each month for free.
Awesome sauce!
My free digital ebook, and it's free to you today.
Come on down! Free drinks for ladies till 1!
And some free weed! Free weed! Let's get it, man.
The promotional offer gives something for free. So do they get more in return? Let's take a look at one of these offers and analyze it. This is an AT&T ad offering a free Nokia phone if the shopper enters into a 2-year contract. This offer consists of 2 parts, the free phone and the contract with AT&T. When the shopper decides to accept this deal with AT&T, they immediately get a phone. This is the reward, but they also enter into a contract with AT&T. This is the cost. Now let's flip the scenario around and look at it from AT&T's point of view. When the shopper agrees to the deal, AT&T must provide the phone. That is an immediate cost to them. But now, the shopper is in a contract. Did AT&T make more money than the cost of the phone? And would companies continue these types of freebies if it wasn't profitable for them? The answer is no. So knowing that children who practice delayed gratification are generally more successful in life, and companies that practice delayed gratification through offers generally earn more money than they spend, why would anyone ever choose instant gratification? Well, the answer? Humans have a hard time resisting immediate rewards. It even has a name. It's called hyperbolic discounting. Hyperbolic discounting is the tendency to put greater value on immediate things and discount future things. For instance, Washington University ran an experiment. They offered random people a choice between $50 in 5 years or $100 in 6 years. As expected, nearly everyone chose the $100 in 6 years. However, the same people were then offered the choice between $50 right now and $100 a year from now. Even though this is the exact same choice just 5 years earlier, a majority of people surveyed chose the immediate $50. Hyperbolic discounting adds value to things simply because it is immediate. So why do we put so much value on instant and immediate things? This is because of law number 6. The consequence is unknown, or at least difficult to see. For instance, let's take an example of a stop sign. What are the decisions here? Well, let's explore the two most obvious decisions: stopping at the stop sign and not stopping at the stop sign. Driving past the stop sign without stopping is an immediate reward. The consequence might be a car wreck, maybe seen by someone, maybe seen by a policeman, or possibly develop a bad habit. The second, slowing to a stop and waiting at the light, is an immediate cost because it requires time and effort. The consequence might be developing a good driving habit, possibly setting an example for someone else, or likely just crossing the intersection without incident. Did you notice that both the consequences of these decisions included words like might, maybe, and likely? This is because they are unknown. No one knows exactly what the consequences will be. This brings us to the last law, law number 7. We always choose the reward. When we make a bad decision, no one ever chooses the cost. We only choose rewards. For example, no one ever exercises, brushes their teeth, or stops at a stoplight just for fun. If a person can see the consequences of his or her actions, choosing delayed gratification has now become easier because they can see the big reward. Some people say they love exercising, but I promise if there was no reward, they wouldn't exercise. One only chooses exercise to get in shape, look good, have more energy, etc. If a person can't see the consequences, they will always choose the instant reward. This really comes down to a trust issue. If one doesn't see or believe in the consequence, he will always choose the instant reward that's right in front of him. Seeing the consequence means really believing and trust the reward enough that you are willing to act on it. See, this is Jared. Jared lost over 300 pounds in 15 months by doing yoga. Listen to what he says before he started exercising.
I knew that when I sat down to eat a box of donuts, they would make me fatter, that my back would hurt even more, and that it would be even harder to stand up and walk around.
Jared kept choosing instant gratification because he saw no other option. In fact, Jared could even see the consequence of eating the donut, but couldn't see an alternative. What Jared is describing is hopelessness. Jared later says something clicked inside his brain and he began exercising. Listen to what he says when he first started.
There were some moves that I simply couldn't do, but I could see a time in the future when I would be able to do them.
Something changed that allowed Jared to see the reward, and thus it empowered him to keep exercising, to keep putting in the cost. What was that thing? What was it that allowed Jared to see and believe in a future reward? Faith. Faith is the complete trust in something unseen. If I have faith in the consequence of my delayed gratification action, then I have no problem doing the action. For example, if I believe the chair will hold me, I'll sit in it. If I have faith that my boss will pay me, I'll go to work. And if I have faith in the potential of a child, I'll invest in that child. If we change our perception, the action will naturally flow. Now listen to the experience of some of the greatest creators in history. I saw the angel in the marble and carved until I set it free. Michelangelo. This whole vision of a personal computer just popped into my head. Steve Wozniak. I dream my painting and I paint my dream. Vincent van Gogh. Being able to see the reward motivated these people to create their greatest works. These are the 7 laws of a decision. These are the 7 laws of every decision. Every good reward one obtains is as a result of faith exercised in that thing. Now, watch my next video to learn how to increase your faith in everything around you. Thank you.